In olden days, a multitude of gods lived in Vrath. As with many worlds across the multiverse, their pantheon was divided among the gods, each with their own duties. Greater gods managed the broad scope of things, while lesser gods covered the more minor details. The world worked in balance for countless years, until the impossible happened. Nara, a greater god of ruling over the domain of death, became displeased with his position. His pride burned over the fact that, in time, all things died and came under his domain, with one exception. The gods remained immortal and out of his reach. He put all of his resources into figuring out a way to bypass immortality and kill a god. No one really knows how long he worked at it, but eventually he figured out the secret. Armed with this knowledge, Nara gathered together a coalition of the evil gods. Gods of darkness, disease, war, destruction, and hatred, as well as their minions, flocked together under his banner. With an army to enforce his will, the attack on the other gods began. The war between the gods raged like nothing seen before or since. Nara saw nothing less than complete annihilation of his fellow divine beings and coaxed his followers into a bloodthirsty frenzy. The gods of light fought valiantly, but in the end, they were overwhelmed. When the fighting finally cleared, Nara turned on his battle-weary allies and destroyed them as well. His greatest triumph was fulfilled, and he ruled all that he surveyed as the all-powerful god of death. Or so he believed. One minor goddess, Cern, was not present for the war. To this day, only she knows the secret of how she evaded detection and was spared from the slaughter. When she emerged from hiding, she found that she was no longer just the goddess of bakers and pastries, but she was the only remaining god of good. If Nara became directly aware of her influence, she would be wiped out. But she could not stand idly by as the faithful cried out for aid. She answered prayers, granted blessings, and slowly began building her power base and bringing the balance back in line. She has allowed a rare handful of miracles, and as word spreads among her mortal followers, her power and influence grows. She has only revealed herself to a limited handful, trusting them to carry her word across the mortal planes. Her first major miracle was the resurrection of Bruce Bulworth on the Isle of Greyland during the Contagion Plague. He went on to become her first prophet on Vrath. Since then, she has only spoken directly to a select few, including Alstric Stoneskull, the dwarven sage, and also Tristan Stormmane Bestor of the Darkhounds. She is yet to reveal her overall plan, but as with most matters of the gods, it is a matter of faith.